was steady.
Yeah, and me.
I told you guys. I said, guys, Brazil are not going to appoint a guy who's not Brazil.
Yes.
And they cannot appoint Jose Mourinho. Jose Mourinho cannot coach Brazil. No. So they have a new coach who I don't know anything about.
Yeah, full credits to you by the way on that. I thought that they would go ahead and go for Mourinho, but then I saw that and I was like, okay, so let me look at this Dorival. Who is he? And then all of a sudden I get that he's a Brazilian, of course. He's homegrown, and then you look at his entire resume. He's a journeyman, if I would say, in his playing career and also in his managerial role. I think he's managed over 20 different teams in around 25 different spells. But then I think the one that has gotten him here is when you look at from what he did in 2019 to last year, winning with Flamengo, and with Sao Paulo last season, winning the domestic cup. Before that, he was at Flamengo. He won the domestic cup and he also won the league. And there's been talk that maybe he's a low-key guy. He's not the kind of guy that is gonna ruffle feathers. He's not that figure. But he's a low-key guy who is remembered for one period at Santos when he took Neymar off taking penalties in 2013, and many believe that he's going to tame some egos in that Brazilian team.
I think Brazil just have run out of options. The last few years, they've run out of options. They've had random coaches. The one before this one was supposed to be okay.
Yeah, Diniz.
Yeah.
Yes. But he
not Diniz.
Tite.
Tite. Tite was supposed to be a cool guy, but they've had to go to whoever twice. Big Felipao, Big Phil. They've had to go to Big Phil twice. I feel like it's a symptom of Brazil as a football. They are going through a period where they are losing the Jogo Bonito because of the European influence, and they are caught in between.
It goes back to what Cafu said some time back when he said when Brazilian players go to the Europe way younger.
Yes.
So it has an effect on how Brazil plays as a whole, their identity, on how they want to play. And I think we are even them appointing this coach. I think it's essentially for the World Cup.
Yeah, it is for the World Cup because the World Cup is
Copa America coming in place before.
Because essentially it's to build stability from now till that time.
But guys, Brazil are really I'm not sure. Are they rebuilding? Are they still? What are they doing? I'm not sure.
No, they should be rebuilding.
They are rebuilding because Neymar is now on his way out.
Yeah.
So they are rebuilding around who? Rodrigo, Vinicius.
I don't think they're going to rebuild around a particular player, but now it's going to be more
Brazil
of a
has
team
always had an emblem.
Yeah, but
Always
if you're
emblem.
going to build around a particular player, who is it going to be? Is it going to be Vinicius?
But Vini, is not even that Brazilian.
Is Vinicius going to really carry the team?
No, I'm serious. Vini is not really. Vini is not. When you see Vini play, you don't think Samba. I don't.
Well, I do.
I don't.
I do.
And I tell you why I don't.
He doesn't have that.
I'll tell you why I don't.
Flair.
Sorry. Rai. Those of you can remember Rai. Just around late 90s. Rai. Okay, let's go back a bit before Zico. Then Rai. Then Kaká. Then Ronaldinho. Then Ronaldo. And then Rivaldo. And then Neymar himself. Vini doesn't give me that. He doesn't give me that spark. That Brazilian, like, this is the emblem. You know, it's like if you're a Maradona from Kenya, and then you have to have a look. There's a feel and a look we look for. We know. Yeah, it's how Kenyan athletes look like. You know, I just don't see it with Vinicius. He's their biggest player now. I would think so. Is he?
Yes.
Probably is.
Yes.
He is.
But he doesn't give me that vibe. He doesn't give me
Carry that.
He doesn't give me the vibe of let's do things with the ball. He doesn't do Vinny doesn't do things that make me go like, what did he just do there? Because Neymar.
So they had that in Neymar.
Neymar does that. Yeah. Neymar was great at that.
I think for Neymar, for Rivaldo, for Ronaldinho, for Ronaldo, they had the flair and they had the end product. You know, you do the chenga alafu unafunga. So it was chenga funga. But for these guys now, Vini has that flair bit, but then the end product, can he really carry the team when we need him to? Can he take us to the quarterfinals, semi-finals, then to the final? Even if you look at Real Madrid when they won the Champions League, the main man wasn't Vini. The main man was Benzema.
And the two old men in the middle.
Then the other guys were the supporting casts. So
I'm not sure.
Right now, if they concentrate on one particular player, they're going to fall. Real
because you look at who are the star players in Brazil.
Rodrigo.
I mean, Brazil's strongest position is goalkeeping.
Yeah.
Alisson,
and
Ederson.
Ederson.
That in itself says something.
Your number 9 is Richarlison and Jesus.
Wow.
That's just like Hulk and Fred.
So it's sort
Yeah, and
of
of
like
course hoping
Germany
that
as well.
Hendrik will grow into the striker that they want him to be.
Yeah, but
Hendrik.
he's gone abroad too early.
He's
Yeah,
going
because
to
think
Yeah.
about it. Neymar went. He joined Barcelona at around 20. Vini joined Real at around 18. Think about it. All these great Rodrigo as well. Think about it. All these great Brazilian players. Gaucho, he joined PSG at around 22, if I'm not wrong. Correct me if I'm wrong. But I think that Brazilian flair. Now that these young Hendrik and Roque, who's going to Barcelona,
Victor
now
Roque,
that
yeah.
they've gone too early to Europe, I think it might have an effect on Brazil as a whole.
What is Hendrik? Is he a forward? Is he a small forward? Is he a 9? Is he an attack? I don't know.
well,
What is he?
most of them, and this is borrowing from the journalists from Brazil, they talk about him as a forward, as a central forward.
As a 9?
Yes, as a 9. A guy who will deliver you goals. So
As a 9. So
Yes,
he's
as
not
a 9.
these small attackers
No,
that Brazil
no.
is
'Cause
full
they
of.
have
You know,
a lot of
a lot
them,
of
but
those
they-
small ones.
yes, no, he's not.
Like Germany.
But now
Brazil
they
and
have
Germany,
the
same
same
thing.
problem with Germany as well.
Small.
Loss of identity, and then a lot of those forwards.
Small forwards,
Small forwards.
Leroy Sane,
Exactly. No
Serge
number
Gnabry.
Yes, and then you don't have that fickle point, that number 9 for the team. So they're going through, I think, a transition as well.
Yes.
And maybe it's a question also I have. So for Brazil, a country that produces a lot of talent, for a talent in players, why are they not doing the same for coaches? Do we have a coach, a Brazilian coach
Like
that
a young.
yes,
I
young or
It was supposed to be
older,
Diniz,
who
actually.
has,
I think
achieved a lot.
Tite.
Yeah,
whatever the
Tite, I mean,
pronunciation.
he-
Yeah, he
Yeah.
was seen as one of those
Yeah.
ones. They had whoever back in the days. I don't think you can remember Vanderlei, Luxembourg. They had him as well. He was considered. But the last really
Yeah.
big coach they had was Big Phil. Was Felipao.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like big guy with big personality. He could manage all those people. I don't know. And you know Brazil
Yeah, I
must
think there's
never.
a gap there as well.
Brazil must never not play well in football, eh? No, they are
They
It's
the-
very
and they
strange
need to be
not
coached
having
by
them.
one of
Yeah.
their own.
No foreign coach has ever won the World Cup. That is the way with which I go with this whole coaches. So you keep your own coach, find your coach from somewhere. Yeah, and it's almost like you have failed to not have your coach from wherever. Anyway, now that you are here, so that
What are
you
you
can.
trying to say about Kenya?
No. You see, Kenya is not a football royalty. Tusemeshe ukweli.
Ah,
And
we
even
were,
this
we
country,
were.
and even this country, our best moments have come with local coaches. Now that you've taken me there, Jacob Ghost Mule, Marshall Mulwa in the 80s when we were winning Sekafa back to back, the late Jonathan Niva when we went to AFCON, Mohamed Heri when we went to AFCON, some of our Francis Kimanzi in the most recent past. There's something about the local coach just understanding what you need and who you are and yeah. But now us guys, we are not in that group of how many countries have won the World Cup? 7?
Yeah,
Only? Or something like that.
Germany,
Yeah. It's like 7.
Germany, Italy, France, England,
Spain.
Uruguay and Spain.
Uruguay.
It's something like that. It's all of them with the local coach.
Yes.
So that's why I feel like a local coach tends to understand and everything that is going on better. Anyway,